Okay, the quick nutshell of a stylist view of this. It's stain. I've used a million stains, professional stains, non-professional stains. It's like wood stain. They aren't that much different from each other. Personally, as a stylist, I prefer if someone's going to get this type of thing, that after I do it, they do find a stain to touch it up themselves, because the truth is, they're going to have to touch it up a lot. That's just the way stains are. In the beginning, they don't hold that much. And then, by the same token, after you've applied them a couple times, sometimes you can't really get them out. So, it's just the way it is. If you're going to go in the sun or the chlorine or you wash your hair a lot, it's going to fade faster. Nothing you can do about it, just the way it is. This one doesn't have much fragrance. Decent texture. I kind of like the tube application better. And, some of them are really thick. This one's thin enough to be, pretty easy to spread. Obviously, you have to pre-bleach your hair. Even if you are blonde, it's not going to adhere as well on natural blonde as it is on hair that's been previously bleached. There is no substitution for bleaching it light enough. That being said, like for myself, I have really dark color. I had to bleach it for a long time to get it light enough. But you have to know what's the edge of, you might bleach it long enough, the hair falls right out. So for me, I did a bang area. I've got it right on the edge. I was able to get it light enough. Any longer, it probably would have broken, but it would have been a skinny section in my bang, so it wouldn't have mattered, because it was actually a sandwich slice in between the dark areas of my bang. So keep that in mind. These gloves are pretty useless. They're like big, like floppy gloves, like food service gloves. Do yourself a favor, and probably somewhere around the house you have a tighter fitting pair of gloves. I use that. I usually use a glove only on my one hand, because to me, they make a mess. If you can have someone help you, even better. You can apply it to barely damp hair. I just like to apply it to dry hair. You want to make sure you saturate it really well. Not that you can't go back and redo a section, but it's a pain. If you can have someone help you, way better. If you're not sure what you're doing with it, do a little piece first before you, get involved in doing a whole lot. I typically like doing a bang area because it's easy, and then when I get sick of it, it grows out pretty fast, so that's easy too. Because once you put it in, like I said, they don't hold that well in the beginning. They hold, just like a wood stain, they hold more and more as you do them more and more, but then comes the time you want to get rid of it, not that easy to get rid of. If you are going to do anything as far as your stylist, highlighting, whatever, you have to tell them you're going to do this before you do it, because this may stop you from getting something else done that you want done. We can only do so much with our color removers and lighteners. Sometimes it just doesn't work out that great. So if you think, oh, I'm going to do this color, and in a month I'm going to be, a balayage highlight, you better talk to them first, because it just might not work out that way. So as far as the product, easy to apply. I like that they gave you a dedicated brush, because usually once I use a brush for a stain, I will never use it for anything else, because there's nothing worse than finding that stain in something you didn't want staining. So I'll just keep this brush in the box. Depending on how much you use, this could last you, like for me, I could use this a million times. If you're doing a bigger area, you might need 2 tubes, so you better have it on hand if you're not sure. So, pretty decent. Worked fine as expected. Don't get it on your scalp, or you're going to have a colored scalp for a while. And some people are sensitive to color, so keeping it on the hair versus the scalp is always better anyway. Once you do it, make sure that if you're going to be out sweating, like the next day or so, it might be leaking. So you're going to have to sort of time it appropriately. So, yep, decent stain. Did what I expected. Color is as expected. Obviously want to pre-lighten first, and like I said, with dark hair, if you're pre-lightening, you really don't want to be a, orange, because it's going to mix with your pink, and you're going to end up with like a hybrid pink-orange color. So, there you have it.